The Audio Beacon, December 2022. Advent Sunday at St. Michael and All Angels, Enbourne. For many years now, Advent Sunday has witnessed an amazing Advent carol service at St. Michael's. Begun decades ago by Peter Davis, it has for many years now been organised by Jovan Johnson Booth and the Enbourne Consort. The carol service combines seasonal music with biblical readings. The music combines congregational hymn singing with specialist numbers sung by the choir. The readings were given by members of the congregation. This year's service was one of the very best, greeted by bells rung by Peter and Anna. The church was very nearly full, with a congregation gathered from the Walbury Benefice and St. John's and St. George's. The congregation was inspired by the words and music, and deeply affected by the reverence of the occasion. It was once again amazed that in a small corner of Berkshire we can enjoy a service of such quality. The service ended with nibbles and mulled wine. John King. Christmas Fair at St. Mary's, Kintbury, by hamper winner Jenny. What a lovely event the Christmas Fair was this morning. It was a joy to see the church being used by so many different groups and individuals from the village and beyond. It took me quite a long time to walk down Church Street, because people were coming back with arms full of goodies, walking with contented-looking children, chatting away with each other, and they all had to stop to tell me how good it was and how much they enjoyed it. One person thrusting a generous contribution into my hands because they weren't actually going to be able to go. And the steam engine, loaned by Clive Hartwright, what a stroke of genius! Congratulations and thanks to everyone who took part, especially to Jill and Alice, who I believe were the main organisers. And I'm looking forward to exploring my hamper, which was a bit of a shock. We wish everybody a joyful and peaceful Christmas and New Year. What does Christmas mean to you? A Christmas pastoral letter from our rector, Reverend Annette Shannon. I have such lovely memories of Christmas past. My father patiently unscrewing every coloured fairy light to find the broken one, followed by the family cheer when he was successful. A special tablecloth placed on the sideboard, ready for fizzy drinks that were only permitted at Christmas. The cupboard of tasty treats, added piecemeal over the preceding months, bought out of the weekly budget. Enthusiastically decorating the tree before colour coordination or minimalism were embraced. Writing letters to Father Christmas to throw into the fire so that they would float up to him in the sky. Helping Mum decorate the Christmas cake with plastic ornaments. Making sticky peppermint creams and marzipan stuffed dates. All precious moments filled with the season's sentiments of love, wonder and joy. It was only in my adulthood that I experienced the awe and anticipation of attending midnight communion on Christmas Eve, and appreciated the depth of the Christian message in the birth of Jesus. My childhood Christmas was filled mainly with excitement, but I did appreciate that everyone seemed a bit kinder and more caring through the season. Now, as an adult, the emotions attached to this special time have grown to include a tangible mixture of faith, hope, and love. Every time I celebrate the Eucharist at midnight on Christmas Eve, I have an overwhelming sense of new beginnings, a time of renewal of faith, not only in a sense of religious traditions, but also deep within my soul. I am left with a powerful sense of God's love and a renewed desire to share that love. Christmas is enchanting, but the potential held within our hearts is even more magical. Our ability to love one another, to renew our faith, and bring hope into our lives and the lives of others are the greatest gifts to bestow and receive at Christmas. The greatest presents are not those wrapped in expensive paper or dressed in colourful tags and bows, They are the gift of generosity of time and unconditional love that we give to each other. This time of year, as we come together to celebrate the birth of our Saviour, the one who makes all things new, let us turn the page, sing a new song, hold our hands up high, and shine a light together. We can be the light, we can be the song, and we can be the sanctuary. And when we gather together in faith, we become a church. May you have a magical Christmas. Reverend Annette. A letter of thanks from His Majesty King Charles III. Jill Guy has received, on behalf of Kintbury Church, the following letter from Buckingham Palace. Dear parishioners, the King has asked me to thank you for your kind letter and gift. His Majesty is most grateful to you for taking the trouble to send him a book of condolences from St Mary's Church, Kintbury Community, following the death of his beloved mother. Your thoughtful message and gift are deeply appreciated at the time of immense sorrow, and the King would have me send you his warmest thanks and best wishes. Yours sincerely, etc. In the Time of the Romans, by Tessa Locke. Imagine our area over 1600 years ago in the 4th century AD. For 300 years the country has been ruled as part of the Roman Empire, and the local Celtic tribe, the Atrebates, now have a good working relationship with the incomers. The regional centre is at Caliva Atrebatum, modern Silchester, a town in the traditional Roman style, but with a name reflecting the presence of the Iron Age people who were here first. Out here to the west, our area is close to the main route from Caliva to Aquae Sulis, modern-day Bath, where the hot springs are an attraction to visitors. The route passes through the settlement of Spinis, which today we know as Speen. For those living closer to this major road, the ranks of Roman soldiers, their helmets and shields glistening in the pale sunlight, have been a familiar sight. The men are not all from Rome, of course, far from it. The Roman army recruit from all over the empire, across Europe and even North Africa. Sometimes local men from the indigenous Celtic tribes have signed up too, attracted to the idea of gaining Roman citizenship with all its advantages if you are able to complete a long period of military service, as well as the chance to travel and see the world. Those who have travelled beyond our valley, or have spoken to others who have done so, speak of towns where the buildings are of stone, with heating actually under the floor, where there is drainage and streets paved so that you are not deep in mud as soon as you leave your dwelling. This is the Roman way, and it all sounds very attractive and modern. Indeed, some local people are wanting a piece of this new improved lifestyle for themselves. There has been talk of local Celtic women who have, despite family opposition, married young Roman men. Perhaps they have been attracted by the striking uniform or the offer of a more comfortable home. Who knows? But you do not have to marry into a Roman family to adopt this new way of living. Wealthier Celts have been increasingly adopting Roman ways. Although there were no major Roman towns in our immediate area, we know that those who were influenced by Roman ways did live in our valley. These people may have been exclusively of Roman descent, although it is more likely that they were Romano-British, and therefore of possible mixed heritage, or of Celtic descent, but influenced by Roman ways. Between 1950 and 1951, a teacher from St Bart's Grammar School, Douglas Connor, led an excavation of a site which had been uncovered following work at the sewage works to the east of Kintbury. The excavation revealed the rectangular ground plan of a 4th century bathhouse, unfortunately badly damaged by ploughing and robbing out of much of its stone. The building measured 5.25 metres by 4.04 metres, with an extension to the south. At the east end was evidence of a praefurium, or furnace, to facilitate heating via a hypocaust, which had been cut into the natural chalk, and was still, at the time of the excavation, covered by a layer of wood ash. The building had been constructed of large flints and the lower courses of sarsen stone. Painted plaster remains, now in Westpark's museum, indicated that the walls of the building were originally decorated, while several tesserae suggested that there had once been a mosaic floor. It was possible to date the building to the 4th century due to pottery and a fibula brooch found in a rubbish pit nearby. Although the bathhouse, as excavated, appeared not to have been joined to another building, it would not have been built in isolation, but as part of a villa complex. It would have been on the site of a prosperous farm, or indeed at the centre of a large estate. We may never know. But it is clear that 1600 years ago, someone around here wanted to build a modern, fashionable house with the latest in painted walls and mosaic flooring, and of course, central heating. It is sad for us that the remains of the accompanying villa have long been destroyed, most likely when the canal was constructed in the early 19th century. What happened to the broken remains of the roof tiles, the wall plaster, the tesserae? Who knows? Keeping a sharp eye open when you're walking towards Hampstead Marshall from Kimpbury, you might just spot something of interest. Tessa Locke. Foundation Governor vacancies at Enbourne School. Would you like to make a positive difference to the lives of children in our community? Foundation governors are appointed by the diocese to the governing board of diocesan schools to ensure the church's mission is upheld. We are looking for people with experience and skills in the area of finance. The role is voluntary, with an expectation that you will attend 6 annual meetings and carry out other governance duties. Governors need not be experts in the field of education, but should have an interest in the welfare of pupils and the time and willingness to get involved. Training is provided to help governors fulfil this important and rewarding role. Enbourne C of E Primary School is an Ofsted-rated outstanding school with a proactive, capable governing board. To find out more, please contact Alan Powell, Chair of Governors, apowell@enbourne-berks.sch.uk. Advent by Anna Newton. The start of the Christian year, end of the old year and new liturgy begun. In the womb obscured from light the child of incarnation lies hidden from our sight. Winter sails highlight the crowded streets, walked by anxious, weary feet, fearful of the selling beasts they meet. While shepherds watch the blazing stars, shining in heaven for all to see, hung on high, foretelling the way, they know how loving their host will be. Elizabeth and ancient Zachariah's child, crying in the wild, herald Mary's visit with her own great prayer, Magnificat. Guardian angels bring a miracle or two, gifts efface our own humanity. Grand illusion takes its toll, and golden balls are cast away, and carols call of Maranatha, but as yet no baby in the stall. Then Mary, pondering in her heart, heard him whisper, "Unwrap your gifts of love and wisdom, joy and patience. Give my peace to all the world." 2003, Anna Newton. Remembrance Sunday at St. Michael and All Angels, Enbourne. The day dawned bright and dry and begins early in Enbourne as we gather at 9:15 around the memorial stone in Hampstead Park. Joined there by the Hampstead Marshall congregation, we remember the Americans from the park who made the ultimate sacrifice in 1944. Coming to Hampstead in the spring, they camped and prepared for war before taking part in D-Day in June. Many who returned to the park went back to Europe to fight at Arnhem in October. It is hard to think of any young men who had a more difficult war than those Americans. The service was taken by Jenny Vesey. As usual, she reminded us of the history of the 501st Regiment, the Screaming Eagles, quoting the words of their first commanding officer. Jenny then went on to lead a thoughtful and reverential service, attended by regular servicemen, including one from the USA. The service was given poignancy by the presence of a bugler and about 40 people whose ages ranged from 5 to 94. The Reverend Tom Moffat then led us back to Emborne Church to lead the service of remembrance. Tom led for the second year an impressive service which included the traditional hymns, the Roll of Honour read by a formal naval officer, Paul Apps, and a most impressive sermon preached by Tom. This year, events did not conclude then. The congregation then adjourned to the barn to celebrate Peter Seabrook's 80th birthday. Peter is a stalwart of Emborne Church. Nothing happens without Peter being involved. We enjoyed celebrating with Peter, George, Susie, Annabel and Alice, munching lovely chocolate cake and drinking coffee. John King. In Any Advent, the first words in Journeys by Phil Ireland. I lay in my small room bed, mind rushing on, head filled with the things of transition, half child, half adult, confusion amongst definition, mixed with the hazy haste of growing up. Tonight is for me alone, my thoughts with the power of my prayer. Even during confirmation there had been no night like this. I call intently inside my head, my silent heretical shout. No one hears, only me and the recipient. Come down, Lord Jesus, appear here now, in the room's light, be my light. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I carry on despite. Get here soon, you needn't stand. You can sit on the bed end, have a chat, prove you exist. Apprehension grips. What happens if my call is answered? When, not if, the Son of God, the Master of creation, does appear in my room? What will he say? Do? How will I respond? Apprehension goes to anxiety, through to panic, almost. But I continue the silent, echoing private call, which reverberates throughout all time and echoes through all creation. I want proof, after all. Don't I deserve it? You came to Abraham after all, why not me? I dare you to. No test of faith, just a deep, deep desire for affirmation after all. The call continues, the panic continues. What will I do if the Son of God does sit on the mid-20th century bed? How will I know he's real, not just illusory? Does he drink tea? Coffee, perhaps? Slowly, quietly, imperceptibly, through the hours that are the minutes of the call, I begin to receive as well as to send. A small voice ignoring the hubbub of my shouts. I don't hear it at all at first. The voice is persistent, a million times more insistent than my own. Friend, friend, friend. My whole being washes in a celestial radiation of friendship, love. It washes over me, under me, through me, round me. Gradually panic subsides, taking with it the loudness of my shout. Friend carries with it subtler nuances, major reprogramming, the ability to see, to hear, to listen, and love. In the mere inability of words, and the crudeness of thought. Words like Lord, Master, wash away, no longer meaningful in the context of God and Jesus. Friend, love, overpower, pervade, replace all. But that night, so long ago, I now know, the world began to change forever and for good. Amid the Tinsel by Anna Newton. Cherubs' dimpled arms outstretched, blessings freely offered and received. From the realms above were fetched, brought to earth, humanity perceived. Face of father, mother, sister, brother, glimpse of Christ in one another. Watching, praying angels' faces, flooding earth with heavenly graces. Golden star, shepherd's night, tiny baby shedding light. Go before us, lead the way. Journey with us, Lord, we pray. A view of Titian's painting of Jesus in the arms of Simeon, transcending light above, below. Raised from heaven to earth, Heart vibrations glow, organs thunder, clouds unroll to herald death, crossing life of love to man's eternal birth. Child witness to the earth that calls for the sun, who leaves in the darkest hour, then shines for all. 2003, Anna Newton. Advertisement for Benefice Administrator. 16 hours per week, with a review after 3 months. Job title, Benefice Administrator. Hours, 16 hours per week, with a review after 3 months. Salary, £10.90 per hour. Responsible to the Rector. The purpose of the role is to provide effective administration support for the mission and day-to-day activities of the churches of the Benefice, in close cooperation with the Rector and the ministry team and the church wardens. To be the first point of contact in the parishes for the congregation, church, and wider community. The person would work from home with a Benefice mobile telephone and laptop computer with storage and a filing cabinet available in Kintbury Church. Office management and general administration. 1. Maintain electronic events diary for the Benefice. 2. Help to design and produce church publicity material. 3. Prepare and submit quarterly fee returns to DBF and manage returns to registrar. 4. Setting up meetings when requested. 5. Undertake filing of parish information and records, ensuring data protection regulations are observed. 6. Organisational support for special projects. 7. Keep an up-to-date central record of all DBS applications and maintain accurate safeguarding records. 8. Assist with the production of documents for PCC, APCM and other meetings. Parish communications. 1. Deal with routine correspondence, including post and emails, referring matters to others as appropriate. 2. Coordinate production of monthly service rota, list of events, and arrange for distribution and publication in parish magazine, notice boards, website, and social media. 3. Produce weekly bulletins, receiving information and editing as appropriate, including photocopying, distribution, and publication on the church website. 4. Coordinate Benefice mailing, both paper and electronic. 5. Assist volunteers with keeping the Benefice and church websites and web links up to date. 7. Act as first point of contact for all inquiries, ensuring that they are dealt with promptly, politely, and efficiently, and followed up with appropriate action. Administrative support for worship. 1. Provide administrative support to the rector and ministry team. 2. Assist with the production of orders of service and sheets for acts of worship, including photocopying, stapling, and folding. Weddings, baptisms, funerals. 1. Be the first point of contact for people wishing to book baptisms or weddings. Take preliminary details and inform clergy of applications received. 2. Liaise with wedding couples on administrative matters. 3. Arrange calling of marriage banns. Prepare and arrange collection of banns certificates. 4. Maintain accurate records of forthcoming weddings and blessings. 5. Arrange vergers, sidespersons for funerals as necessary. 6. Prepare quarterly marriage returns for West Berkshire Superintendent Registrar. Financial. 1. Preparation of invoices for payment by the Treasurer. 2. Prepare and submit ministry team monthly expenses claims. This list of responsibilities is not intended to be exhaustive and is subject to review in consultation with the vicar. For further information, please contact Reverend Canon Annette Shannon, Reverend Annette S. at aol.co.uk, or telephone 01488 646 385. Walbury Beacon Benefice contact details. Rector Reverend Canon Annette Shannon 01488 646 385. Jenny Veazey 01488 657 911. Email jennyveazey@hotmail.com. Benefice Office 01635 226 064. Email wbboffice@gmail.com. Items for the beacon to Penny on ian_Fletcher43@btinternet.com or Phil, pji@crested-newt-computing.co.uk. To be added to the beacon distribution list, please email the Benefice office. Services in Walbury Beacon Benefice for December 2022. To check for changes, please check the weekly Benefice email if you are on the circulation list. Add your name, email wbboffice@gmail.com. Look on the website https://www.walburybeaconbenefice.org.uk/ or a church near you https://www.achurchnearyou.com for up-to-date information, confirmation of service times and location. In order to protect more vulnerable parishioners, we would appreciate those attending services in all our churches to continue to practice hand sanitising, wearing of face masks, and respect for those who wish to maintain social distancing. Sunday, 4th of December, Second Advent. Kintbury, Holy Communion, 8 a.m. Inkpen, Holy Communion, 9:45 a.m. Kintbury, Christingle, 4 p.m. Sunday, 11th of December, 3rd of Advent. Kintbury, Holy Communion, 9:45 a.m. West Woody, Carols and Lessons, 11:15 a.m. Inkpen, Christingle, 4 p.m. Sunday, 18th of December, 4th of Advent. Kintbury, Holy Communion, 8 a.m. Coombe, Carol Service, 3 p.m. Kintbury, Carol Service, 6 p.m. Inkpen, Readings and Carols, 7:30 p.m. Wednesday, 21st of December. Inkpen, Nativity, 4 p.m. Saturday, 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Kintbury, Crib Service, 4 p.m. Kintbury, Midnight Communion, 11:30 p.m. Sunday, 25th of December, Christmas Day. Avington, Holy Communion, 8 a.m. Kintbury, Holy Communion, 9:45 a.m. Inkpen, Holy Communion, 10 a.m. West Woody, Com X, 11:15 a.m.